morning, everybody, and welcome to our nomadic home of Om and Yogalates with Kat. Thank you for being on your mat this morning. Today's class is going to be a nice beginner-friendly introductory to the Yogalates concepts. Our card for this morning is the listening card, and I can share an image of the card because it's really a little fairy with a snail on her back, and she is sitting on her yoga mat and she is listening. And the message is there is a big difference between listening and hearing. Listening to the totality of what is being said is the greatest gift you can give anybody, especially yourself. Are you paying attention to love or fear? The truth is that we're always paying attention, but which one of those two are we paying attention to? And sometimes we simply hear what our subconscious mind is communicating to us. We don't really truly stop and slow down and listen. And so in this beginner-friendly Yogalates class today, we are really going to focus on that stopping, to slow down and really listen to the big picture, to the totality, not just that one little voice or that one little story, but to come out of it and look at what is really being said holistically by love. So let us start this morning on the back of our mats in a child's pose. And just allow yourself to land. Allow those shoulders to melt. Allow your breath to deepen. Allow your mind to rest. And settle your awareness inside your heart space. Starting to become aware of your own awareness, of your own energy levels, of your own body, how it is feeling. And your own internal level of love. Really listening to what your subconscious mind is communicating with you in this day. And then with the totality of that, allow an intention for your class, perhaps your day, to reveal itself to you. Something to serve you and support you. To truly give to yourself a gift for you. Start to deepen your breath in acknowledgement of your own intention. And really start to breathe that message into every cell of your body. You can slowly start to roll yourself all the way up and then make your way into an all-four position. You can curl your toes underneath you and then just gently push back onto your toes and then forward to start to warm up those wrists. You can bring your hands out to the side so your fingertips face out and then start to do some circles. And reverse the circles. And then switch so that the top of your hand is on the floor and your palms are facing up. And again, you can just do very small, gentle circles in this position. And switch sides, directions. And then release, putting your palms back on the floor, facing your fingertips towards you. And you can gently rock yourself forward and backwards, stretching out the front of the arms, a little bit deeper into the wrists. And then sit back on your feet, stretching out your toes and your metatarsal, your little bones and joints in your toes. As you release your wrists at the same time, you can spread your fingers out and just gently warm those up. And then let's come back onto all fours. You can release your toes. Let's breathe in together and breathe out, just staying in this position. You're really wanting to find a nice neutral position where your spine has got that gentle curve in your back. Your shoulder blades are connected and pulling out apart from each other. Your lats are pulling down, so you're really trying to hug those shoulder blades around your rib cage. Your weight is evenly distributed on all 5 of your fingers. And your weight is even between your hands and your knees. Your knees are just underneath of your hip bones. Let's breathe in together in this position. And breathe out. We're going to start curling the spine, activating from the pelvic floor as we gently and slowly roll ourselves all the way up into a cat stretch. Hold it at the top as we breathe in. Breathe out. See if you can breathe out and lift your belly button a little bit higher. Breathe in at the top and breathe out, rolling down one vertebra at a time all the way back to that neutral spine. We breathe in. Breathe out, move in the opposite direction as we allow that belly button to sink closer to the floor as we lift the chest up to the ceiling. Really elongating the neck, pulling the shoulder blades down. Breathe in here. Breathe out, see if you can extend that heart open a little bit more. Breathe in. Breathing out, knitting that belly button to your spine, initiating from the pelvic floor. Start to roll yourself all the way up, back into a neutral position. Breathing in and breathe out. Let's bring a little bit more movement in as we bring ourselves back into a cat stretch. Breathing in at the top and breathing out, rolling all the way down. This time, let's roll all the way into a cow. Lifting and opening up your heart space, remembering to push the ground away from you with your hands. Breathing in and breathing out, rolling up. Breathe in and breathing out, rolling down. And coming back into a neutral position. We're going to breathe in. Breathe out, lift one arm up. You can lift it above your head. If that is too hard on your shoulders, you can open it out to a 45-degree angle. Breathing in and breathing out, place it back down. Breathe in and breathing out, lift the other arm up. Breathe in and breathe out, place it down. Now to the side, breathe in. Breathe out, lift the other arm out to the side like a half an airplane. Breathe in and breathe out, bring it back. Breathe in and breathe out, lift the arm. Breathe in and breathe out, bring it back. Breathe in. Breathe out, this time you're reaching the hand behind you. Breathe in and breathe out, place it back. Breathe in and breathe out, other arm behind you. Breathe in and breathe out, place it back. Now we're going to breathe in and breathe out, lift one leg up. You can lift it nice and straight behind you. Breathe in and breathe out, place it back on the floor. Breathe in, breathe out, elongate the other leg and lift it up. Breathe in and breathe out, place it down. Now we're going to lift arm and leg together. Breathe in, breathe out, opposite arm and leg comes up. Breathing in here. And breathing out, place it back down. Breathe in and breathe out, opposite arm and leg. Breathe in and breathe out, place it down. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's stretch one arm up to the ceiling as we prepare for threading the needle. And breathe out, thread that hand now underneath the opposite hand, placing your shoulder on the floor and really enjoying a nice shoulder stretch. You can use the hand that is on the floor to push yourself up a little bit higher, getting a twist in your spine and your shoulder. Let's breathe in and breathe out. We're going to reach up and look at our hand again to the ceiling and breathe out, place it down. Breathe in, breathe out, other hand lifts up. Breathe out, thread the needle through underneath your other arm, placing your ear on the floor, using that hand that's on the ground to push and give you greater leverage to get deeper into the stretch in your spine and your shoulder. Breathe in here. Breathe out, come all the way up. Reach and look at that hand and breathe out, place it back down. Let's move one leg. Now we breathe in. Breathe out, lift one leg up. And we're going to do some circles with that leg. So we're going to lift the leg out to the side and then bring it back, lifting it up and circle round 2, lubricating into that hip joint as we start to warm it up for 3, lifting it up, circle it for 4, lift it up and circle it for 5. Let's reverse it. Breathe it in and breathe out, come down. Remembering to connect from that pelvic floor, which is really giving you stability to move. Lifting up and for 3 and up and for 4 and up and for 5. Placing that foot back on the mat. We breathe in. Just check yourself that your spine, that your neck is in alignment with the spine as we breathe out and lift the other leg. We circle that leg around for 1. Breathing in and breathing out for 2. Breathing in and breathing out for 3. Breathing in, pushing the ground away from you for 4. Breathe in and breathe out for 5. Reverse it. Breathe in and breathe out 1. Breathing in and breathe out 2. Breathe in and for 3. Breathe in and for 4. And breathe in and for 5. You can place that foot down. You can curl your toes underneath you and push yourself back into another child's pose, allowing your hands to come down towards your feet and just give those shoulders a break. Really allow them to collapse. You can stretch your toes out and just relax a little bit deeper in this pose. Bringing your awareness back to your intention. Bringing your awareness back to the totality of what your body is communicating with you. And start to roll yourself up. Let's do some shoulder rolls and just release that tension built up in the shoulder. And let's reverse direction. And then let's sit up on our knees as we lift one arm and then grab hold of the other arm behind your back. In this position, you can slightly tuck your pelvis so that your spine is protected, your glutes are active. Your transversus abdominis, which is your corset that sits around the torso of your body, is nice and long. Let's release that stretch and swap hands. And then release. You might want to turn yourself so that you're long ways on your mat, and let's move into a gate pose as we stretch out one leg. And then let's breathe in and breathe out. Just reach over to that leg. And then come back up, and then let's stretch out in the opposite direction, really elongating yourself nice and long. And then breathe in and breathing out, reach. Breathing in and breathe out nice and long. And one more, breathe in and breathe out, reach. And breathe in and breathe out, other side, nice and long. This is starting to challenge and wake up your abdominals. And come back, bringing that leg back. Let's swap sides, lifting the arms up. We breathe in and breathing out, reach towards that foot. Breathe in, recover. And breathe out, lengthen in the opposite direction. Really pulling down here on the side to help counterbalance your movements. Breathing in and breathe out, reach. Breathe in and breathe out, extend. And breathe in and breathe out, reach. Breathe in and breathe out the other direction. And coming back and breathe out, place that foot down. And then place yourself back down. I'm going to turn again so that I'm back long ways on my mats. Hands by my bum. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, and sit yourself up, squeezing the glutes, opening the arms to the behind you, and come back down. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we're activating from the underneath of the glutes with the pelvic floor to give ourselves strength to come up. Really opening and extending as far back as you can, opening those shoulders out and release back down. Breathe in and breathe out, come up. And breathe out, circle down. And let's go for 4. And circle down. And for 5. And circle down. And for 6. And down. And for 7. And down. And for 8. And down. And for 9. And down. And for 10. And down. Now we're going to lift up halfway. Lifting up halfway, you can extend the back nice and long. Really pull those shoulders down and those fingers away from you as much as possible. And then we're going to bend the knees a little bit to go a little bit further down, keeping your back straight. And then lift the knees a little bit to go a little bit higher up. I'm looking for a nice small movement here. It's going to start to activate into those glutes. I'd like you to bring your inner thighs nice and close together so you're also working into your inner thighs. But your glutes and hamstrings are really your number one targets in this exercise. Let's go for 4. And for 5. And for 6. And for 7. Really squeezing those glutes. For 8. For 9. For 10. This time come all the way up, lifting yourself, opening those shoulders out. You can spray your hands out nice and wide. And then interlace your hands behind your back, stretch them out. You're still squeezing into those glutes nice and hard. And release yourself all the way down. Placing your hands again by your feet. And just giving yourself a moment to come back to yourself. Back to your intention. Back to your awareness. And then let's roll ourselves up and move onto our bums, placing the feet on the floor, hip distance apart. So if you bring your feet together and then open them so that your big toes are still touching, and then align yourself, that is your hip distance. We're going to breathe in nice and tall. Breathe out, curl ourselves down. Remember that cat stretch that we did? This is the same, just a little bit different. And breathing out, curl it down. You're really looking for a C curve in the spine. And breathe in nice and tall. You can have your hands on your knees to really help you lift up here. We spend so much time on our computers and sitting. We're very much in this position for a lot of the time, and this is helping us to counterbalance that. And curl ourselves halfway down. And breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, halfway down. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, halfway down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, curl. Breathe in, lift. And breathe out, curl. Let's hold it here. If you can, bring your hands to your sides. We're going to do 10 little pulses. For 10, for 9, for 8, for 7, for 6. You can also place your hands underneath your knees. Will give you a little bit more support. And for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Let's lift ourselves all the way up. Really open and extend out, opening that heart. And then breathe out, curl down, and you can curl all the way down, one vertebra at a time, all the way onto your back. Bring your feet a little bit closer towards you. They are still hip distance apart. We're going to breathe in. Breathe out, nod the chin, and just come up into a basic ab prep. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out, sinking the belly button to the spine, and release back down. Breathing in and breathing out, come up. Breathe in and breathe out, release back down. Breathe in and breathe out, come up. Breathe in and breathe out, release. Breathe in and breathe out, come up. Stay with me here. If your neck gets sore at any point, you're welcome to put your hands behind your back, behind your neck. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do 5 little pulses. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and release all the way back down. If your hands were behind your head, place them back by your feet. We're going to breathe in, breathe out. We're going to lift one leg up as we come up. Breathe in at the top and breathe out, place it down. Breathe in, breathe out, lift the other leg up. Breathe in and breathe out, release. Breathe in and breathe out, come up. Breathe in and breathe out, release. Breathe in and breathe out, lift. Breathe in and breathe out, release. 1 more each side and come up. Again, if you need to put your hands behind your head, you can. Breathe in and breathe out, come up. Breathe in and breathe out, release all the way down. Let's all put our hands behind our heads. Now we're going to add a twist. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, come up. We're going to twist over to the opposite arm. So if your right leg is lifted, your left elbow is coming towards that leg. And release back down. Breathe in and breathe out, twist. Breathe in and breathe out, release. Breathe in and breathe out, twist. Breathe in and breathe out, release. Breathe in and breathe out, twist. Breathe in. You can continue to do this. I always find it helpful to think about a piece of paper. And if you've got a piece of paper and you're just lifting one corner up, that's really how your torso is. So if your hip bones are the bottom of the paper and your shoulders are the top of the paper, you're just curling one little corner in as if you're going to bend that or fold that piece of paper, and twist and release. Let's do 1 more each side, and twist and release and twist and release. And you can bring your legs in and give yourself a nice hug, really wrapping those elbows around your knees. You can place your hands on your knees and then just do some little circles with those knees in opposite directions. And then let's reverse it. And bend them in again. Let's stretch one leg, really stretching into those hip flexors. You can flex both of your feet to help bring your legs into proper alignment, protecting your knees. And let's do some circles here with that bent leg. and reverse it. And then bend the other leg in and stretch the opposite leg out. Remembering to flex both feet. Let's do some circles. And reverse it. Bend your other leg in again. You can grab hold of the underneath of your feet and lift yourself up so that you're in a happy baby pose. Really doing your best to get each vertebra onto the mat from the top of your head right down to your tailbone. And then you can start to have a little bit of fun in this position as you just move yourself around and not take it all so seriously. And then again, find some stillness. Feel how you have got a little bit mobility in that pose. And release it back down. And let's make our way onto our sides. All right, we're going to bring the feet. In fact, let's bend you can bend both of your legs so that they're in a 90-90 position. And you can lie yourself all the way down. In this position, we're really working and activating into the waistline first and foremost. So you don't want to collapse in this position, but rather lift your waistline up as if you're squeezing your rib cage together. You can flex both of your feet and let's stretch that top leg out. Then let's touch it down to the ground and then lift it up a little bit higher. And then touch it to the ground and lift for 2 and touch and for 3 and touch and for 4. Let's breathe in, breathe out for 5 and in, and for 6 and in, and for 7 and in, and for 8 and in, and for 9 and in, and for 10. Let's bend it in and then stretch it out, and then bend it in and stretch it out, and bend it in, and for 3 and in, and for 4 and in, and for 5 and in, and for 6 and in, and for 7 and in, and for 8 and in, and for 9 and in, and for 10, and then just bend it in and take a moment. All right, now we're going to lift ourselves up. You can stay down if this becomes too challenging for you, but otherwise let's come up and just give that waistline a little bit more of a challenge. We're going to work with the arm as we extend the arm and the leg together, and then we're going to bend that knee in. This time it's lifting up, and you're going to connect, or as best you can, connect your elbow and your knee, and then extend the arm out and connect for 2 and breathe in, breathe out, really bringing the abs together and getting them out of the way so that your elbow and your knee can connect. And for 4, breathe in, breathe out for 5, breathe in, breathe out for 6, really remembering that shoulder blade to pull it down, and for 7, and extend, and for 8, and extend, and for 9, and extend, and for 10, and you can release yourself all the way down and just give that bum a little bit of a smack out, a shake out. And then let's make our way over to the other side. Bending both legs 90-90, allowing yourself to go all the way down on your mat, remembering to connect the waistline. And then we're going to stretch the leg. We're going to drop it down and lift it a little higher. 1, drop it down, lift it up for 2, foot is flexed, drop it down, and for 3, and breathe in, breathe out for 4, and breathe in, breathe out 5, and in, and 6, and in, and 7, and in, and 8, and in, and 9, and in, and 10. Bending it in, stretching it out. 1, bend it in, stretch it out. 2, bend it in, and for 3, and bend, and for 4, and bend, and 5, and in, and 6, and in, and 7, and in, and 8, and in, and 9, and in, and 10. You can bend it in and just give yourself a moment. Right, let's push ourselves up onto the elbow if you did on the opposite side. And then using the arm, we're going to extend both leg and arm. Now that knee turns out as you come in and connect your arm, your elbow and your knee together. And then extend it nice and long. And breathe out for 2. Breathe in. Breathe out for 3. Breathe in. Breathe out for 4. Breathe in. Breathe out for 5. Breathe in. Breathe out for 6. Breathe in. Breathe out for 7. Breathe in. And for 8. And in. And for 9. And in. And for 10. Placing that leg down. You can release it and just smack out that glute that's worked nice and hard. Let's get some feeling back into it. Give it a good rub. And then let's make our way onto our backs. Let's just start to shake the legs out as you really get those glutes to release nicely before we give them a stretch. And then you can bend your knees. Now you're going to place one foot on your knee. I'm going to do my right side first. Flexing that foot, creating a figure 4, lifting that supporting leg up. And you're going to reach both of your hands underneath your knee of your supporting leg. You're really working to get your waistline nice and even on both sides. So that right hip that might want to pop up, you're going to work to push it down and really open up that right knee. At the same time as you can pull your hands that are underneath the left leg in towards you a little bit more to give you a little bit more of a deeper stretch. We're looking for a stretch in the glutes and the outside of the leg over here. You may also feel it in your hip, and that is good. If your neck is uncomfortable in this position, you're welcome to grab a pillow, something to just prop it up a little bit. It's always good to have your feet flexed in this position. Really helps to bring your knees into alignment. And then let's place that foot back on the mats, other foot on the mats, change sides, flexing into your heels, both of your feet, lifting that leg up, reaching underneath of the right leg, and relax back down. Really pushing that bent knee out as much as possible as you're bringing your supporting leg in as much as possible. And then you can release your leg down and allow both of your legs to come into a Shavasana, so stretch them out. Allow your feet to flop open naturally. Allow your palms of your hands to come to the ceiling and just allow them to relax. Close your eyes and really feel the support of the earth below you. To allow your body to sink. As you truly listen. Allowing the thoughts to leave as they come. Can be helpful to bring your awareness to your breath. It's always changing, always moving. Invitation to stay here and come out on your own time. Otherwise, make your way into a fetal position on one side. And when you feel equalized, you can bring yourself up into a seated position. Placing your hands in prayer in front of your hearts, bow your head in gratitude for this moment. For the unconditional love that is always communicating with you. For your ability to listen. To the totality, to come out of the detail, to see the big picture, and then to move back into the detail. Thank you for showing up on your mats today. Thank you for giving to yourself. A reminder that this is a practice to be carried into your day, to breathe and listen and flow as your day unfolds. The light in me is you. The light in you is me. Namaste.